Hello Mallards, it is Monday. I am back at Fringe and I just had the chance to see a preview for a show called A Drag is Born. And the piece of art I have chosen is, Genevieve tells me it's Paonne, which is apparently French for peacock, but I don't do French. So Amanda, you can let me know if I'm incorrect. And it is by Genevieve Bernard. And it's already sold, so you can't have it. Sorry, too late. Maybe if you message her on Instagram, she'll paint you your own bird. I chose this piece of art because of the feathers and the colors, and it just feels very drag to me. I've made an executive decision that all male birds are actually in drag. That's why they're so colorful. Mother Nature's not around to argue, and you can't talk to birds. So unless you're Dr. Dolittle, I feel like my point stands. This show in particular was really, really cute. It actually is more of a physical theater mime show than I was necessarily expecting, but that is not a bad thing. And it has some of the best use of silence that I think I have experienced in a show, certainly so far this year. Like the way that this performer uses silence for different bits is top notch. Especially the beginning of the show is fantastic, and I really enjoyed a lot of moments. I really enjoy his physicality, and he's got just a lot of really, really funny bits. So you will laugh, you will enjoy somebody joyfully expressing themselves, and you should definitely check it out. Link down there to tickets and to Genevieve's art. The next show that I saw is actually one that I had seen in its early stages, and that is the incredible and lovely Miah in Love, Jeremiah's show. And the piece of art that I've chosen is Through My Eyes by Sariya. And that is because look at all of the beautiful hearts and the rainbows and the lovely things happening here. And also, I think the title Through My Eyes, like that this is what Sariya sees, also really fits with the concept of Miah in Love. So Miah in Love is a cabaret show by the lovely Miah Gibbons, where they talk a lot about how they see the world as full of love and through rose-tinted glasses, and that they love love and everything that love means to them. And there are a bunch of catchy songs. You can purchase the album. I will put a link down there for the show tickets and also for the album, so you can check that out. And they're very beautiful songs, and it's a really joyful show. And I know that I am biased because I'm dear, dear friends with Miah, but the reason that Miah and I became friends is because I fell in love with how they perform and do their music. Like, that is how we connected. And so before I knew them, I loved their performances, and this is no different. If you just want a little pick-me-up, it is a 30-minute show at the Savoy, which means you can squeeze it in amidst anything else you're doing at Fringe, and you really should, because it'll just make you happy. As an aromantic, I still enjoyed it, so that is definitely proof that this show about love is for anyone. Links down there to tickets and info on the art. I also went to the Fringe lore panel today, which was a blast. Got to hear some really interesting older Fringe stories and things that I don't know, because although I've now been to Fringe for a few years, I'm still relatively young to Fringe in its life cycle. And so that was really, really fun for me. And that means because of that panel and some other stuff that I did today, I actually only saw 3 shows. So the third show that I had a chance to see today was the Bottleneck Effect. And the piece of art I've chosen is right here. It is Colorful Tasting by Joan Fonseca. And it is definitely colorful. Like these beautiful wine goblets, all this color blocking. It is a bright and colorful piece. I picked it to match with this show because the Bottleneck Effect is set in a bar. I would say that the Bottleneck Effect is not vibrant and colorful like this, not in the same way, but I feel like the the theming matches. And this is a very nice looking bottle, and a big part of the Bottleneck Effect was a missing bottle of liquor. So the premise of this show is that there is a bartender who is studying to get her doctorate, and she is studying this idea of the Bottleneck Effect. And I'm still, after the show, a little bit fuzzy on the science of it all, but essentially she is studying the group of people who come through the bar to see how they react to each other in this controlled environment and whether or not they have empathy for each other. So everybody ends up in the bar. There's a big storm with the rain pouring down and the power keeps going out. And so all of these characters, which there's like an older gentleman, I would say, who's like boomer generation. There's a trust fund kid. There's an activist. There's a passed out drunk guy. There's a drag queen. There's a politician. And then there's the bartender. And how they interact with each other and speak with each other and spend time to get to know each other, and like how they start to view each other is the core of the show. And that was my last show of the night. So link down there to tickets and information about the artists, and I will see you when I'm back here tomorrow.